welcome to my channel. Welcome to a Tuesdays in the Attic. I do this series with Jen, Kay's mom, here on YouTube. We're playing with the January 2019 Freaky Fest formula from the scrap room. You can see all the cuts there. I do not have that in front of me, so I'm sorry if I cannot tell you what I have the cuts of, but I can tell you that I'm playing with an Echo Park collection. Again, don't remember what it's called. I will look it up here a second. You'll have it in words here, but my voice will not say it. I will edit that in. I am getting caught up on some of the Tuesdays in the Attic that I neglected to get done while I'm at this scrapbook retreat, not scrapbook retreat, this scrapbooking retreat. It's actually a crafting retreat that I'm at. There's some quilters here and some good friends of mine that scrapbook, and quilt, and we're having a grand old time, and I'm getting a lot done. So you're gonna have a few videos from me over the next few days, weeks, spread out, of me getting caught up on Tuesdays in the Attic. So Jen, like I said, Kay's mom here on YouTube, has also played along. I don't remember if she got behind as much as I have. I feel like maybe she did tell me she has, but you know, c'est la vie, this is what happens. So I'm cutting the thinner strips here now, and I am playing with some photos of our South Dakota trip that we took in 2017. I brought the album with, bound and determined to get as much of it done as I possibly can, and so far I've gotten 4 pages done in it, so I'm really excited about that. But I'm just cutting the pieces right now. There's this one that was really, really small, and so I made sure to cut that in kind of a fun pattern that had stamps on it, because I figured I would kind of use it as embellishment, and then actually it ends up getting covered up. So I apologize if the view is crooked and all that. I got a new setup. Oh, here, I'm adjusting it. I got a new setup just for this occasion, because I'm like, I can't keep going to this retreat and having this great amount of time that I get a lot done and I can't film a darn thing. So I got a new canvas light, and it works marvelously. And so the lighting, I don't have the light actually on, because it creates such a glare, and I think it's bright enough in this room that you don't necessarily need it, but there's some shadows from, so if you see my hands doing weird things like they are right now, it's because I'm talking to all these people. So I had this kind of gray-white gutted scrapbook paper in another kit. It wasn't Echo Park. What was it? It was an old, it was a kit, but it was actually like ocean themed, and so there was a pretty blue piece of paper too that I will use later. But I've got all my pieces, and I've got 3 photos here, and I want to have all of them on there, but I'm not sure if I necessarily need all of them to be showcased like in your face. So I'm going to do a flap and hide my journaling and a second photo, just so it's still documented but doesn't necessarily have to be center stage. So this is photos of us in line for our 1880 train trip from Hill City to Keystone in the Black Hills in South Dakota. My son was a train addict when we went, and so he was obsessed and he was super excited. I have a whole another layout I did with a cut file. I think it was for 31 days of cut files of him and his ticket. And so this will go right after it, of him just making funny faces standing in line, and then my journaling talks about how this was the most awaited event that we had planned for this whole trip. And then this other photo of my husband and him together in line while we waited. And we got there early enough that we actually didn't have to wait too long in line. We didn't have to stand in line. We waited long because we got there so early, but the line was not long. So when the train finally did arrive and we got to board that part, we did not have to wait very long to get our seats. And we got I remember one of the beautiful cars that had beautiful stained glass in it and all the old woodwork, and it was just gorgeous, and we just had a blast. So I did my background. I wanted to use this dark background just to use as much of these papers up as well, trying to use things up and get things done. So I opted so this is a travel collection, and it has a lot of like Paris and London and flights, and clearly we're not doing any of that stuff, but there's a lot of other good things in this collection that I really, really like that are travel, exploring, adventuring. I've actually done another layout in this album with this kit. I'm trying to keep, I have a few kits that I have like with the album. Not necessarily that I have to have like 3 days in a row of using all the same kit or like a documentation of one event with all the same kit, but I wanted kind of some consistencies throughout the whole album. So I have a handful of kits that I've been using, or mini collections that I've been using for this, documenting this whole trip, and so that the album has some consistencies throughout. So I do have a few other pages that are made with this kit, or this collection. I thought I covered all this. Okay. But I'm going to I matte my photo on the stamp, that stamp paper, and then I'm going to matte it on black just to make it pop a little bit more. And I've layered my cut pieces up. I've changed it a few times. I changed it, I think, a couple more. And then, yeah, that piece ends up getting covered up because I put a title piece up there. But I've popped the photo up on foam, and now I'm going to make my flap with these two photos. Now I put a matte on the top one, and then use a piece of scrap paper from the collection and do a, I was gonna say crease, a fold in it, a bone fold, what is it, score? Oh my gosh. I score it, and I like to create a flap that way, where you tuck the flap behind the one photo, and then you put the photo underneath, kind of over the scored piece of paper. Do I show you? I don't remember. If I don't show you, I'll have to show you sometime. I kind of think I did. But I've got those other pieces kind of layered in, and then we're going to embellish with as many of these stickers and tickets and fun things that we have. So we've got these tile alphas. So I've got the word explore. So I have time 2 is what I'm going to put in the little green alphas. And see that piece of paper is completely covered up. That's okay. I used it. It's on there. And then I'm going to grab a couple tickets. Oh, a lot of cutting there. Sorry. Tickets to layer up for embellishment, and here's where we're going to create that part of the flap. So that blue piece of paper is from that collection I was telling you about, that is sea or ocean themed. Can't think of what it is right at the moment, but I'm going to use that. I'm going to use this penny black stamp for journaling, and it's like a library card. And then I'm going to use, they have this stamp that says the 411, so I'm going to kind of stamp that on the top. And then I'm going to use one of the banners to kind of cover up the library card essence of the stamp image, so it doesn't look as much like a library card, but it still kind of looks like one. Just using some Archivers black ink. And then I'll glue it right there. And then I find this cute little banner that says Explore Together, I think, in blue. And I'll kind of tuck that under the 411 on that journaling area. And then I will journal about how this was the most awaited thing we had. But I love the little chipboard arrows and the little green arrow I have on the upper left. And then the tickets that I've made on the corner, and the little... the one ticket that's like a tag as well. That one's super fun. That's on the bottom of that flap photo. And then I'm going to grab some of the geo markers, geotags, and put those around, as well as I dug into my stash of these Bella Boulevard puffies. I'm going to put some of the black hearts around, and that will finish up the layout after I do some journaling. So I apologize that the words are not coming out. I fully intended to go to a quiet place to voice over and bring my layout with me so I could give you more information and the measurements and what I cut of what, and that did not happen. So, but hey, I got another layout done. Look at it. There it is. You can see it. Here's some close-ups. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.